Hi, my name is Tom Reardon, and I'm a student at Grand Canyon University in Education 525 with Professor Hinsey. I'm going to be answering 4 questions today related to professional dispositions and how I feel that they will affect my ability to be a successful teacher. First of all, I think after doing the reading, I think all of the dispositions that we read about are extremely important, and I strongly agree that all of them are necessary for a successful teacher. Now, I believe I possess all of the dispositions as well, especially in terms of compassion, honesty, and advocacy. I've been working with students for over 20 years in terms of social emotional learning, bullying prevention, sexual abuse prevention. So it is second nature to me to want to protect kids, empower them, and help them be better learners. Now, in terms of where I need to work on and how will I use that in the classroom, I think compassion would be the one that I need to work on the most as it relates to my patience with students who are misbehaving. That is a tough one for me, and I think that most closely fits with compassion, being patient and doing my best to remember that it's not personal. It might be something that they're going through in their life outside of my classroom that's affecting their ability to sit still or learn or go through our lesson. So I think patience is where I need to work on the most. The way I will do that is by reminding myself and giving myself checks and balances along the way to make sure that I am practicing what I preach, because I do believe in modeling the type of behavior that I expect my students to use in the classroom as well. I want them to be patient with me, to be patient with each other, so I will do my best to be patient with them. The third thing is, how do these dispositions how does they demonstrate my ability to understand other cultures, genders, and learning differences to build, and how can I build stronger relationships by doing that? I think that as a teacher, we have to be curious and we have to be willing to listen and learn and ask questions, especially when things are happening with our students that maybe we don't understand or haven't experienced before. I have a number of students in my classes now who come from other countries, so it's really important for me to ask questions about what their culture is like. That will help me be a better teacher and also design better learning environments for them. How does potential bias affect teaching? I think that's obvious as well. We're all biased sometimes, and when we do experience bias, we stop listening. It impacts our ability to communicate with students, and when we stop listening to them, maybe we stop paying attention to their needs, and it makes it harder for us to help them in the best possible way and to be advocates for them and help them empower themselves. Now, in terms of feedback, I love feedback. I have been in the classroom for, as I mentioned, around 20 years. I've been a professional musician for 30, and I've been a professional writer for about 8 now. So I love getting feedback, especially constructive criticism is great. It helps me to be better, and it was hard at first to not take that personally, but when I get feedback from other educators, it makes me want to be better. It makes me want to apply what they have taught me and see how it works. Sometimes you might get advice that doesn't work very well, but at least you try it and rather than just maybe putting it aside and going, oh, that'll never work. I've also thought at times, like when I've gotten feedback, nah, that's not going to work for me, but when I actually tried it and applied it to what I was doing, it did work. So I look forward to getting all of the feedback that I can, really in all facets of my life, but especially in my role as a teacher. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope I've answered your questions.